Right. Okay. I think I'm live. So that's new. Uh, Hi, friends. I'm Mel from Mel's Exotics. This is, I guess, my first live stream attempt with YouTube. If you remember back to when I started my channel, I said um, my channel was partially, it was for me. It was for me to create and find a voice and put thoughts into words. Um, and that's what this is going to be. It's going to be kind of a brain dump. It's just me rambling at the camera, and I'm probably going to end up repeating things. If anyone comes in and asks a question, that's very welcome. And I guess I'm just going to get into a little bit about what's been happening here. Um, if you follow my channel, I've stopped making videos for a couple weeks. Life just got a little bit overwhelming, and um, I don't know how much to get into, but uh, I'm changing employment, and that's a lot. Um, and then even before that, it was a lot because I had a lot of vet bills and such that was stacking up, and worries about um, not having enough babies for people and all that. So it's been building a little bit, and I got fired at my job. And if you know me, you know um, I loved my job. Um, it was hard. It was sudden. It was unexpected. It was not friendly. I don't. Oh God, I hope no one's heard anything or not heard any of it. Um, I'm actually starting to see some people as viewers, so if you want to, oh, thank you for the like. I think there's a chat if you have questions, but yeah, I went into work one day, and an hour later I didn't have a job, and that was very sudden and quite honestly traumatic. It was people I thought were my friends, and I know you're not supposed to treat your coworkers and your bosses like friends. I know people say, not to, but that's not who I am. I'm a friendly person, and I believe in others. So I got burnt, and I still, to be clear, still have a lot of friends from where I worked. Still love them tons, still want to hang out with them. Um, I don't know what happened, so I don't know. I was not given a reason. Um, so I don't know how to reach out to them and be like I need my paperwork. I need uh everything, all of my files. Um, not my Mel's Exotics files. I never put that stuff on personal computer, but my work files, like my record, no, not the record of employment, the calm down. Um, I am blanking a little bit here. I've been doing that a lot lately, and it's uh, it's troubling, but I'm trying to look on the bright side. Um, I'll stop going through what's been happening and get into what is currently happening. Um, I am going to the Canadian Reptile Breeders Expo September 17th and 18th in Mississauga, Ontario. There's um, there's a lot going on with that. Um, like there's so much I want to tell everyone about, and I don't know that I have enough time to do it in videos because unfortunately, that's coming up quite fast. I am currently job hunting and filling out like a ton of insurance paperwork, and I've still have to look after the animals, and there's still some animals I'm selling. There's a lot happening. Calming down. So I'm going to the expo. I am going with some friends who are also the artists who, if you've seen my branding being changed, Fire and Ice Designs is doing my branding. And um oh god, I cannot wait to show the designs that they've come up with. There's one of each skink species I work with, and I'm gonna have to do some kind of like video on that. I don't know how to show them off, so that's in the works. Um, what else is in the works right now? I'm working with another artist who's creating these custom reptile rings with reptile scales around them. Um, so yeah, I'm doing merchandise. That's what I should have said. I should have said that. Oh, so I'm doing some merchandise items now based on the art that other artists like. I reach out to an artist, they say I can create these things, and then I can like buy it from them and sell it. And oh, I'm so excited but also terrified. I've never done merch. I find customer logistics quite challenging. Um, and so that's going to be its own new challenge. Uh, what else can I say? I have a buy me a coffee. Um, After I got fired, I kind of panicked and I was like, how on earth am I ever going to have money again? How am I going to know if these guys who I thought loved me and kept telling me they loved me didn't want me, um what what am I going to do going forward? I'm still in a crisis mode, to be honest, and still figuring it all out. I'm writing lots of lists. um I've lost the track. Anyone out there want to tell me what I was just talking about? Was it Fire and Ice Designs? Because I can talk more about them. So they do a bunch of art, including buttons and stickers. So we've ordered, I don't know, I haven't released that video yet. There's a video coming up with a sticker. Um, and if you were at the expo in Winnipeg, you saw the stickers and they were for sale. And they're, in my opinion, like the cutest thing in the world. So I have the stickers available now. Oh, thank you. That's good. Yes, I think it will. And there's keychains of the different species that I work with. And that's going to be like the most adorable thing in the world. And so if you're going to be at the Canadian Reptile Breeder Expo in Mississauga on September 17th and 18th, come look for the tables Fire and Ice, which will be in the Fire and Ice Designs. They'll be the artist booth and they're in the general area, actually right beside the um, grooming booth. They're right there. And then I will be over in the reptile area, um, uh, kind of top middle when you look at the floor plans. Um, yeah, if you're in the Toronto area, please come out and say hi. That would be like the most exciting thing. I actually, it's a big event, and it's another thing that I am panicking a little over, but in a fun way. It's I'm going traveling with friends. I'm gonna see amazing people. I just don't know what's gonna be on my table because if I'm alone at my table, I can't have any animals or anything. Like I don't think I can travel with animals right now anyway because um it's a 7-day trip. Like I'm going to be traveling for 7 days, so taking the reptiles not the best idea. So that's why we're doing some merch at there. And also I'm going there because there's a meeting. uh I don't know if it's official yet. Anyway, we're talking about bylaws with some really cool people, and um oh, that sounds nerdy, but it's a reptile bylaw stuff. So like if you're in Canada and you care about specialty pets, there is people working together right now trying to be like, "Hey, how do we stop these animal rights groups from coming after our pets?" And to me that's super exciting to be part of. So, um that's kind of my big reason to go. Um so yeah, we'll have stickers, some rings, some keychains. Um And then we're still working on what other merchandise, like Fire and Ice Designs. They've got a ton of designs. Like they said they were at over 400 different designs. They probably at this point are at like 600 based on how much they've been drawing. Um, they're amazing. I want to do a video about them. Um, I want to do a video about the branding update and like what's all gone into it because I think anyone who's ever thinking of creating a business, reptile related or otherwise, kind of needs to know a bit about how to work with an artist to get your branding, good. Anyone who wants to be on YouTube, that's its own learning curve that I've been trying to learn from other people. Um, so yeah, there's a bunch of videos I want to do. Problem is, editing videos takes time, and I do not have time. Um, well, and it takes focus. I I have time right now. I got fired. I'm putzing around cleaning things. No, I'm doing paperwork. Come on, brain. Let's think positively. Did a whole bunch today. um, Sorry, got lost again. This is just what I am like when I'm, I guess, like this. Um, oh, there's something I think would be cool if you're in the Winnipeg area. Um, I'd like to do like a meet and greet with people who maybe want to play with the reptiles. Because that's a win-win. That's the reptiles get played with and they like it. Like, um, it sucks having 50 reptiles when you can only handle so many in a day. Um, they want more attention, and it would be nice to have people who would come by and just hang out with the animals. So I'm thinking of doing like either a volunteer program or just a meet and greet type thing. Um, so that's on my to-do list. But like, I think that's gonna have to be after the expo, unless I do it like this weekend. Um, I guess theoretically I could. I'll have to think about that. Um, Next week, my fiance has the week off, and so I want to spend some time with her. I want to just build some models, and I was working at this same place for 6 years, and I took some vacations, and like it was good, but I don't think I ever stopped thinking about work. Just like I can't ever stop thinking about Mel's Exotics. I can't stop thinking about the MHS. Um, and suddenly having that part of my life taken away is giving me more time suddenly to think about what is and isn't important. And what is important is me and Ricky and our house and our cats and the animals' well being. Um, I do intend to downsize some of my animals. I don't know how many. Um, right, I wanted to do a critter update while I was here. On Sunday, Beyonce the monkey tail skink passed away. Um, she'd been fighting a blood infection, a blood parasite. We had intended to do an experimental treatment. Unfortunately, we were working on getting the medicine in to try it, and it it wasn't enough, and I wasn't able to um, keep her healthy enough to make it. So unfortunately, she did pass away. Um, I guess that's very hard on me. I have a lot of issues dealing with animals that pass away. And it's a part of loving animals is that you lose them eventually, aside from like a tortoise or something that outlives you. But yeah, it's hard. On the other hand, I want to focus on positives. Beyonce's body has been taken to the doctor who was working on her, and um, so they're doing a necropsy, or at least a pseudo necropsy, and are going to um, I don't even know exactly what they're gonna do. I kind of gave them carte blanche. I said, "Hey, Beyonce passed away. She's still pretty fresh. Do you want to learn from this body?" And so the doctor said, "Yes. Depending on what they do and what they want to do, I may have some fees there. Like if they have to send stuff out to a lab, then I would have to pay for that. But um, thank you. Yeah, she deserved better. In that uh, I gave her everything I could, but it wasn't enough. So sorry. Thank you. Um, that was something I was trying not to do on live stream was break into tears. So yeah, her body is being examined in that way so that we can learn. I still have a family group of 4 monkey tail skinks. Once I can afford it, we're going to do blood tests on them as well and compare it to Beyonce, because one of the challenges we had was there's no real data on monkey tail skinks in captivity. Um, And I really like that I have a relationship with my vet. So I'm like, "Hey, I have this animal. Can you, in you helping me with it, can you also learn from it so that we can help other animals?" Um, so yeah, that's exciting. And then afterwards, I also still have some bodies preserved in my freezer. I wasn't able to bring myself to let go of Pooch. Um, I know there's been a couple others throughout this year. Um, and again, that's the unfortunate truth of working with animals that have short lifespans. Um, Sometimes you lose some. Uh, so I'm coming up to the expo hoping to make enough money that I can keep the remaining monkey tail skinks. So the goal is about $2,000 to replace the enclosure that I consider inadequate. Um, so I have the merchandise, and the goal for the merchandise is to raise funds, both to pay the vet for any medical stuff that we do, and to um, get a new enclosure for the family group I have. The other option is if someone has the money and enclosure and um, wants monkey tail skinks, I am open to rehoming them as well. Um, I haven't gotten much in the way of bites on that. Um, I'm hoping I don't have to. Uh, they they've really gotten to know me, and like I'm really enjoying my time spent with monkey tail skinks. They're a really incredible species. If you haven't had a chance to interact with them, um, because they're a social species, they they interact with you in a very different way than other skinks interact with you. My blue tongues, they see me as food first off, because that's primarily what I'm in there for. Um, and then second off is like handling and entertainment. They see that more for like Ricky and Thindra or people who come over. Um, we're buddies. The monkey tails, they are very much, we are a family and I am an outsider. And they will let me know that like I am not part of the family, but every time I'm in there and I give them some food from the garden and everything, they get a little bit friendlier. And I was like, now when I open it up, Al comes out to check on me and he's like, "What do you got for me?" And I'll give him something, and he'll wander off, and he's like, "Okay, you can see the family now," because he's the protector of the family, and I think that's just so much fun. Um, and little Billy's getting more and more brave, so wants to come out more. Yeah, see, I'm just gushing about monkey tail skinks. Um, I wanted to talk about the Peters banded skinks. I do have the group of 7 and a single one who I don't think I've done a video introducing yet. I have it, it's filmed. I haven't had time or focus to edit it. Um, and so I've got all the filming for that. But anyway, I've got 8 Peter's banded skinks. The enclosure I have them in right now, the lighting is not proper in my opinion. They have the UVB and the plant light, but the entire tank gets too hot. Um, so it doesn't have a really nice thermal gradient like I'd wanted. So I need to remove the big light, and I need a lighting overhaul, and that's going to be a few $100s. Um, so I'm going to have some stickers and merchandise of Peter's banded skinks, and that money will go towards the upgrades for the Peters banded skinks. I'm gonna drink some water. Sorry. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you for coming and tuning in to me just rambling, and thank you very much, S. Good, for commenting. You know, very nice. Thank you. Okay. Let's pretend I didn't just spill on myself. Okay. So, Peter's Bandit Skinks. Um, I am still open to rehoming them, but I'd like the group to stay together. At least the group of 7. I worked hard to build that group up so that we could get breeding in captivity. Um, they're doing really well, and I would like to see them stay together and go to someone who wants to breed them. So I am open to rehoming them to a breeding home. I'm trying really hard not to have to split them up because what's the point of putting all the effort into getting a really nice breeding group put together just to split that and lose that genetic potential there. Um, I do think it's important that someone in Canada is breeding this species. Uh, it I would if I have the funds to do it, I will work on it. Um, Otherwise, I will find someone who does and help them do it. Um, I haven't talked about the babies for this year. So, if you had asked me 4 months ago or something, I would have told you I was expecting like 50 plus babies. I got 6. 7. One passed away. Um, I had to do a vet appointment for the other ones in that thing, even though they recovered immediately, but I still did it because it's what you do. Um, and everyone is fine of those, like the 6, and I had 20 people in line waiting for babies. And I was like, I had the money, but I'm like, I don't want to tell people that I can't get them a baby. And that was a huge amount of stress this year. It was a mistake. I will not do a pre-sale list again. Um, and going forward, we are working on updating how we sell the animals and sell the merchandise. I'm working with a website designer um, who's agreed to at least help me out, and it'll depend on what my budget can be on what we can actually get done. But if you guys know any like good websites, uh, like what do you look for when you go to someone's website? And then what is the point of like where am I trying to direct people? Am I trying to direct people to buy me a coffee because that gets me a money? Do I direct them to a store page? Do I direct them to my blog because that's where I like to ramble? Do I direct them to YouTube in the hopes that YouTube gets viewers and people interacting with me, which is just amazing? Um, yeah, I have a lot of questions about that, and I don't have answers. So this is me brain dumping that bit. Um, right, babies. I had 6. Thank the heavens. I reached out to my friends across Canada and I said, "Hey, I have these people who have homes ready for baby blue tongues. And thank you, headphones. Hi, Jax. That's okay. Yeah, I'm sure that like the person I'm working with knows so much that it is very intimidating. Because I'm like, I don't even remember what I did to set up my website anymore. It's uh it's been a while. It's a quite outdated website, and I am not really the best at knowing what's been changed in the last 10 years of website building. So, mm, um, reached out to my friends. Some of them did not have babies anymore, but one did, and Rob Conrad came through for me. Um, and if you don't know Rob, I'm hoping to like meet up with him sometime and maybe do like a little intro video. His main passion is Fiji banded iguanas. Um, if you're into reptiles, then that might excite you because it excites me. They're so pretty. Calm down. Um, yeah, the Fiji banded iguanas he breeds are really pretty. They're pretty pricey, but at least Canada has them. Like you can't have them in the US. Um it's illegal. So it's very exciting that Canada can have them, and I get to see pictures of them from Rob. So um that's exciting. He sent me 13 baby blue tongues. And these weren't just like generic baby blue tongues. The mom was a caramel, the dad was a sunset. If you're a blue tongue nerd, that also gets you excited. Um, very pretty babies, very interesting looking. Like some of them took after the sunset, some of them took after the caramel. Very cool. There's pictures on my website if you want to go look at them. Anyway, because of the waiting list, we had to go through the waiting list before we could figure out if any extras were available, and that's taken a bit. Um, Not because of the customers, it's just taken me a while. Like I have to do them in little batches because I can't handle the customer logistics side of it. Oh, good question, Jax. I do not know why I didn't have as many babies this year, but we have some guesses. Um, we had 2 years of drought, and then this year was kind of a year of flood. So very weird weather for the past while, and that could throw them off. Um, I also didn't breed um, as breed it during the season when I normally breed. I rushed it a bit and tried to breed as early as other people can. Like the people in the States, they're always breeding in like December. Um, and I get baby fever and want my baby, so I start trying to breed. But I think I bred too early. On the other hand, I think Rob Conrad bred even earlier than me, and he got babies too. So maybe it's the opposite. Anyway, so the weather, breeding too early or too late. Um, Most of my girls slugged out. So, if you don't know that term, slugging out is when they have an unfertilized ovum. Think like an egg yolk, a little yellow jelly ball. And it's if the sperm doesn't get to the egg, then you end up with these unfertilized ovum, or yes, slugs is what we call them often, and the babies have um, instead of babies, you get slugs. Often, most litters will still have a couple slugs. Ideally, you lock a few times in a row so that all of the eggs get fertilized, and that's why we usually recommend 2 to 3 locks per female. Um, But again, if you don't do it at the right time of year or if the weather is wrong, you don't get to control Mother Nature. Like, unfortunately, working with animals is not um, a consistent business. It's a lot of ups and downs, and you are very much at the whim of Mother Nature. You want to know the really amazing thing, though? I am not the only breeder who didn't get babies this year. Um, my friend Patrick has way more skinks than me. He should have had a few hundred babies, and he got like a dozen. I it was insane. Yes, good question. So Jack said, do they have false pregnancies? Like, do they look and act pregnant but never have any babies? Yep. Fluke, and who else? Aracana or Bomber? One of the two. They still have their baby watch stickers up. Oh, and Walk It. Walk It faked me out. So that was my most disappointing because obviously silver Tannenbaums would have been the most exciting thing in my life. Sorry, Ricky. Um, yeah, she faked me out. So they still have their baby watch signs up because I suppose some small sad part of me hasn't given up on them, but yeah, it's past time to give up, unfortunately. Um, yeah, so next week the rest of the babies that were on the waiting list go out, and then there's still actually four baby blue tongues that are unclaimed. Now, there's already been people emailing, asking to be put on like um or put into consideration. If you are interested in one, contact at melsexotics.ca. Um, there's also three juvenile pink tongue skinks available. Um, all of these are 500 each, plus shipping. What else can I say? Oh, I have a video on shipping, and again, I haven't edited it. Like, I have a video on how I ship, and I'm really excited to share that and then show, like, someone sent me a picture of the baby at the end. Um, I will say, my customers, they've kind of kept me going, like when they send me pictures and updates of the babies, especially like um one of uh one of my babies is getting to do all these interactive puzzles, and they take a video of it, and uh yeah, you're right, Jax. Could the weather is if it's just a weird year, that's just sometimes how it goes. Um yeah, I guess if um what other critters can I talk about? Oh, for pink tongue skinks, I did do uh, pairing up the pink tongue skinks. So the three biggest that I wanted to keep um, have been put into a family group, and so far it's going okay. Like, I did a bunch of slow introductions, and then I was like, I'm gonna try, and so far it's going okay. So I'm hoping I have a trio. Um, I would like to update their lighting as well, but that's only one light needed. So that's about $100 for a new light for them. And then yeah, there's three baby pink tongues or juvenile pink tongues um, looking for new homes. And if you're interested in those, contact at melsexotics.ca. Um, Yeah, I'm not quite sure with the website how we're gonna set up uh, sales. Um, I know there's websites like Morph Market and I think Reptile Express is they put out a website for Canadians. So I've got to check that out. There's so many cool bits of technology out there that suddenly I'm like, well, now that I'm not busy, maybe I could check that out. Um, I just right now I have to focus on the most important things, which is just I guess get the money to upgrade the animals that I'm keeping and otherwise ship off everything else. Um, a message. Tony has been an adventurous little guy. Set up a camera in front of his cage. It's been funny watching. That's wonderful. Oh, thanks, Scott. Oh, that's adorable. I do have one of those cameras. Don't use Weebly for website building. Okay. Um, yeah, I do have one of those cameras, but it's kind of sitting in a closet somewhere instead of being used. I think it would be really fun to get one that's like night vision and watch the Peter's Banded skinks. Um, that might be like technologically a bit far beyond my abilities right now. Um, Focus on yourself as well. You're just as important as your reptiles. Thank you, Jax. I'm trying. I'm I'm trying to be kind to myself. It's not easy right now. Um, I'm spending time with friends and family lately because I'm trying to reconnect with everything I kind of pushed off when I was so obsessed with work. Um, the Wise 3 has excellent night vision. Set it up to watch my crested geckos. Good to know. Is it like wired or is it a wireless camera? I think ours had to be connected to our router by a wire, so that limited where we could put it. Just gonna take a drink. Not spill on myself this time. Excellent. Uh, um, yeah, I am trying to be kind to myself. I'm trying to find the fun. Um, and I had been for a while as well. Just interacting with the animals more, getting back into remembering why I enjoy having animals in my life. Um, that this entire year has been a lot of reconnecting in that way, and it's just feels very nice. Um, Plugged into the wall for power, but a wireless connection. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate the recommendation. I wish we had the room again for a reptile. I miss having Roscoe around. Yeah, it's never easy to lose someone and one of our pets. It's a lot. But did I say did I say earlier what I was hoping to have done with the bodies that I still have? I'm hoping to skeletize them. Um, a friend of a friend is apparently skilled in that, so we can we can yeah skeletize the bodies and then set them up as skeletal displays. Um, and that way you can continue to like learn from the animal. I think that's super cool. In addition to the necropsy that Beyonce has is getting done. I'm very much into learning. Yeah, and that way, like even on these big trips where um, I can't take live animals because it's such a long trip. I could still have the display or something of monkey tail skinks, and I could talk about what makes them so unique compared to a pink tongue skink or Peter's banded skink. Oh God, if I had money, I would also be getting those emerald tree skinks. Ugh, someone sponsor me for that. Don't do it. I will get kicked out of my house. Um, so that's that plan. Um, yeah, if I do the skeletizing, I'd like to do a video on that. I have so many videos I want to do. Um, and I don't have a problem filming the videos, but editing takes so long. If you follow any YouTubers, just know that the amount of editing that went into like a video, even for a simple video, is just stupid. It's so much work. Then again, I'm also not an expert at it. I do not have any training. I just follow YouTube vlogs, very good YouTube vlogs. Thank you. And yeah, I don't really have anything else I can think of right now. Is there anyone who has questions, who wants to know something while I'm here? I'm yeah, I can tell you about each individual animal or about Thindra coming by, about my plans for a meet and greet, tell you about the travel plans for the CRBE. I have so much I could tell about, and I don't know what anyone really wants to see. And I might just do more lives like this. I get to go visit Steve at Prairie Exotics tomorrow, and we get to visit Littlefoot. And we're gonna be working on designing Littlefoot's new enclosure. So I'm really looking forward to that. Maybe I'll do a little live stream there, show off Buddy and Littlefoot and maybe Steve. Um, what got you into skinks specifically? Seems like you gravitate towards that type of lizard. Um, it's not that I only like skinks. It's that my first love was a skink. Was blue tongue skinks, and so then when you are a blue tongue skink person, people are like, "Oh, what do you think of this type of skink? What do you think of this type of skink?" And I was always like, "Yeah, they're cool." The only ones I'd had were the monkey tails, and I didn't have them um, set up to like modern standards or anything. So people would ask me opinions on these animals, and they'd ask me for these animals. Um, Most of what I get is because people are like, "Hey, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it?" Like, come on, I want one. Why don't you have them? And so that's how I ended up with different types of skinks. Um, I have tried other types of lizards and enjoyed them, but also some of them just didn't work out as good. But some species of skinks I've had didn't work out too. I've had some very interesting species of skinks that just did not handle captivity very well. And so those are ones that I'm not going to obviously work with. I breed pets for people. I want skinks that are hardy and friendly. Um, I have been getting a whole bunch of messages. I'm just seeing if any are about this. No, okay. I asked some friends to like tell me if I suddenly blank out or something. So, um oh, uh Yeah, I started with a blue tongue skink in a pet store and I fell in love. And then it was the community. I don't know if you've been around the blue tongue skink community, but that forum, God, the blue tongue skink forum is where I made so many friends. And so I fell in love with the animal, I fell in love with the community, and then um, people would ask me to breed, so I would. But my focus is still I just want to hang out with fun animals and fun people. I want to show off what people around Manitoba and Canada are doing. Um, I'm working with the Manitoba Herpetocultural Society right now. And if you don't know about them or what a herpetocultural society is, um, herpetocultural is the study of reptile and amphibians in captivity. Herpetological is the study of reptiles and amphibians in the wild. That might not be 100% correct, but that's a basic separation. So we are concerned primarily with the keeping of reptiles and amphibians in captivity. So we do like care sheets and um, there's so much that society could be doing, and I really hope it does. I don't know how much time I have to commit to it right now or how much attention I have. I'm finding everything very overwhelming and I'm kind of trying to push some things off my plate so I can stabilize myself and figure out where I want to put my energies towards. Um, I've been meeting with so many amazing people over the past couple weeks. I've been trying to get opinions from just about everyone on what where are you going? Like how do you decide your path, your direction, and what inspires you to do that? Because I want to give some time to just think about what I want out of life and spend time with people I love. And then I want to find direction again. I want to have a goal to work towards. The way that my employment ended was um so I'll just say they wouldn't put me on more projects for a while, which should have been a sign. But it meant I spent like every waking moment trying to chase work because I never felt like I was doing enough. And suddenly not having that, um, I'm trying to find the silver lining. It's not easy, it's not pleasant, but I'm trying to make the best of it. The New England Herp Society is a great resource. Would be interesting to see a Canadian local equivalent. Yeah, so there's the Canadian Herpetological Society. Um, there's the Alberta Reptile and Amphibian Society, the Edmonton Reptile and Amphibian Society. I think there's a BC Society. Um, there's two organizations that are really big into helping reptiles and specialty pets, and that's CanHerp and then PJack. And I'm sure there's so many groups that I don't even know. Like I'm hoping to meet more when I go to this CRBE event. Um, I'm hoping to find out who all is out there in Canada that we're all working together for this. I went to Petland today. If you're not in Manitoba, you might not know, but Petland is a locally owned or locally started and owned company for pet supplies. Um, and I wanted to say, like, what can we do? Like, I'm not saying this very well. A lot of the reptile community likes to throw pet stores under the bus, but that really comes back to hurt us. So if we instead embrace pet stores as a place that serves the communities that's there, like that's what they're doing. There's a community of pet owners who need supplies, who need animals and don't know where to go. That's the hub. Um and so we need to work with them, in my opinion. I had a really nice meeting there today, and I'm really looking forward to what I can help with throughout the CRBE, and then I'll see where I'm going from there. I'm going to be at the Manitoba Reptile Breeder Expo as well in October. And Fire and Ice should be there as well. So if you're in Manitoba and you want to see us, um, if you're in Winnipeg and you want to do the meet and greet, let me know. Um, if um, I'm planning to wrap up in a few minutes, unless someone starts asking me a bunch of questions. But if you're yeah, if you want to support me, I have a buy me a coffee. If you want a sticker, I'm figuring out the merchandise via the buy me a coffee. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing merchandise on buy me a coffee. The design of buy me a coffee is a bit so. So that might just be something I have to learn how to use. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna have some really fun merchandise. I'm working on some. I don't know if I can say it yet. So basically, the goal is to have a few different tiers of merchandise available every month. Um, and so I can send that to my Buy Me a Coffee members. And then also to have um, different things available. So, like if someone does want to support me but only has $3, um, that helps. Um, that provides food for an animal. I'm To be clear, I'm okay. I am not freaking out over money right now. I mean, obviously I am, but I'm trying to be calm and like good about it and not let anxiety take over. But yeah, I have that buy me a coffee now, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing with YouTube over the next while because uh, like editing takes so long. If anyone has any ideas, if you guys think like these live streams are a good idea, I can do more of these. I could even do live streams at the expo. Um, but I would really appreciate any feedback anyone has. You can find me all over the place, and I appreciate everyone who's been helping me. I want to do some kind of actual just appreciation post because for everything that's knocked me down, there's been someone there to help give me a hand and lift me back up. And I want everyone to know how much I despise these headphones. No, they're good headphones. I love them. Um, I want everyone to know how much they mean to me, how much like the words of support and just hanging out, talking to me, listening to me ramble into a camera. Thank you. Um, the community is what I fell in love with, and in my struggles lately, I've found the community again, and I think that's worth more than I can ever say. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you for watching. I hope every one of you is doing well, and have a great evening. Bye, my friends. Many thanks.